guys, it's Jamie Grace and I want to teach you how to make a good YouTube video, so let's go.
Welcome to the Jamie Grace Show. This is How To Tuesday. Now, here's your host, Jamie Grace.
I'm not a professional filmmaker. I mean, I've definitely made a lot of, I've made like 2 full-on films, and I do a ton of YouTube stuff, and then I do most of my behind-the-scenes stuff, and I guess I've directed a couple music videos. I'm not a full-time filmmaker by any stretch of the imagination, but I love making films, I love making short films, directing music videos, I love doing all that kind of stuff. And even though I'm not perfect, because no one is, I definitely know how to make a bad YouTube video. I've done it a million times. Just go to my channel and go back a couple pages. But I want to teach you guys the opposite of that and teach you how to make a good YouTube video. So let's do this. I'm gonna give you a really simple checklist, a really quick and easy rundown. PLV, ABC. P is to plan. You need to know what you're gonna talk about. Maybe you're one of those people that can just turn on the camera and just ramble and it's hilarious and it's perfect and it's amazing, but you have to plan something. I mean, you have to make sure your batteries are charged. You have to make sure you know how long your video is gonna be, when you're gonna upload it. Some kind of planning has to go into it. So even though you might be amazing at winging it, congratulations, you really gotta plan something. Something out of it's gotta be planned. If you're amazing at winging it, at least try to plan the title of your video so that, plan something, don't just go for it. You gotta plan. L is for lighting. I use an LED ring light. You can get the information down below. I got it from DVE store. It is fantastic and amazing and I love it a whole lot. It's facing me right now. My camera is directly behind it. If you don't have any kind of fancy lighting, that's totally okay. One thing that I would definitely recommend that you do is make sure that when you look straight ahead, that you can see a window. Face a window and try to film before the sun is setting. It'll at least help you get a lot of natural light. If you live where you can see the sunset out the window, you need to film there when sunset's happening. Same thing with sunrise. Depending on what kind of camera you have, you'll know the best lighting just throughout the day. But make sure that when you look ahead, you see a window. If the window's behind you, just don't do it. Unless you can maneuver something to make it look like cool lighting or something like that, but just don't do it overall. I did a video called Pray Over Me. I'll put it in the description box below, and I'm actually with my back to the window, but what a lot of people don't know is that half of that room, 2 of those walls are full on windows. So even though my back was to the window, there was lighting coming in from here, and it was supposed to be a really chill kind of mood lighting looking kind of video, so it worked out that way. But don't just ever let the sun be beaming behind you because it just won't look good. V is for video. What kind of camera are you going to use? I use 2 Canon 60Ds for all of my stuff. Obviously I switch back and forth between the 2. The settings I use are down below in a video that I actually found a while back. I recommend any kind of camera that has the kind of screen that you can flip around and you can watch yourself while you're filming. I personally have that, but right now what I actually use for video is a monitor, and I'll show you guys. This is just a simple TV monitor that I use. Hi, hello me, how's it going? That I sit on the floor, and it's got just a little cable, that is running up, and it is connected into my 60D. It's a mini HDMI cable, and it is fantastic, so use that. That way you can make sure you're in focus. There's no secret that I've had many videos in the past where I was not in focus, so I love having this monitor down here because it helps me to see literally just a normal TV with a mini HDMI cable. We finished with PLV, now let's go to ABC. A is for audio. What kind of audio are you gonna use? Again, I've made mistakes in the past because I'm human, and sometimes I don't have the audio adjusted properly. So you wanna make sure that your input volume, whether you're using your laptop or you're using your Canon or your Sony, whatever you use, make sure that your input volume is just right so that you are not, your vocals aren't peaking above the audio and that it doesn't sound like too loud or too, piercing. And make sure the input volume is not too low so that you don't have to crank it up in post-pro or editing, whatever. And it ends up sounding like it's just in the tunnel. I've made all of these mistakes before, and so note that I'm telling you all this from experience. When the audio is not right, it can just be bad. Honestly, there's a chance that this audio might be acting kind of weird. I really don't know. B is for background. What do you want your background to be? What's it gonna look like? I try to do my background always in the same spot, even if it's 5 or 6 videos in a row that are all in the same spot, and then the next 5 or 6 are all in the same spot, because I want some kind of consistency. People might just kind of know this as like, you know, the Jamie Grace background. I don't know, because it's my piano, and then the Jamie Grace show one that I use upstairs. It's just kind of like the look. So I like to try to keep a consistent background. Whoever drew this, it's a sticker someone gave me a long time ago. I was a fan. I don't remember who it was. But thank you, you're amazing, and it's one of my favorite things I've ever gotten, and I'm glad that it's in the background of a lot of my videos. Also with background, make sure you talk to your friends and your family that are there, and you tell them, hey guys, I'm doing a video, please don't have the dog running around in the background, or, you know, my little brother sleep in the background. Unless it's funny, unless it just adds to the video, make sure that you're very cautious and careful of the audios and the visuals in the background, because they can have a negative impact on your video if it's not hilarious or, you know, fitting with the film. And C is copyright. Make sure that you do not have any copywritten material in your videos. It could get marked and it could get taken down. This is a very complicated conversation. I am not a lawyer, and so I'm not going to give you legal advice, but just get on the Googles, do your homework, do your research, figure out what you can and cannot use. There are a ton of royalty-free websites where you can get music that you can use. You can even make your own music to put it in the background. But another thing is just kind of be wary of, or be cautious of copyrights as far as like wearing logos or anything like that. Just depending on what you're doing with your video, you cannot have certain things in there. So those are some very basic, simple tips as to how to make a YouTube video, and I hope you guys liked it. Look in the description box below. I have an online course called How to Be a YouTuber and another one called How to Be a Singer. And both of those, if you love to sing and you want to take your career to the next level, or if you love to make YouTube stuff and you want to take it to the next level, you can learn a little bit more, well, a lot bit more than you just learned in this video, and hopefully it'll help you guys progress to the next level. Thank you guys so much for watching this video.
Da 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 da.